And you thought you were watching a video on Formula Racing, huh? Well, you are, but today we're taking y'all back to the basics. Where we are, I'm not exactly sure. We're off the map somewhere in California for something known as SCUSA. Now that's short for Superkarts USA, and super these karts are. Equipped with engines fitting for a motorcycle, their speeds exceed 100 miles per hour with the acceleration at the pace of a supercar. This is the beginnings of Formula Racing careers, for many before they reach double digits in age. SCUSA is now a sanctioning body to 5 regional leagues supporting competition for racers to rise through the ranks. It all leads up to a final battle of the pros at the most prestigious karting event in North America, the Super Nationals. After this race, we're headed to World Speed headquarters at Sonoma Raceway, where Treadlife and Kyle's fans were able to ask Kyle some questions via our live stream on Instagram. Among their first questions was how he got into karting. Over the last 3 years, Kyle's career in karting, he's been participating and making it to the podium of the Rotax Max Challenge, Zanziaru Games, and more before transitioning those skills to the Formula 4 League.
When I moved up to the Bay Area in 2013, the high school that I got enrolled in was called Cambrian Academy, and something really unique about that school was it was a private high school and middle school. There's only like 70 students, 70 international students in there. The headmaster is a very big NASCAR fan, so because he's a headmaster, he could do whatever he wants with PE. So he added go-kart racing to PE. Every Tuesday and Thursday, the team would just go to Le Mans Karting in Fremont, California, and just get laps in. And off the bat, I just had this competitive spirit. A year later, I wanted to try outdoor go-karting, and it just moved on from there.
Nice.
Yeah, my first session yesterday was just so slow. I was running minute 43s, minute 44s. I was just sitting there thinking, like, why am I going so slow? I'm not improving at all. I just heard carts, like I heard shifter carts buzzing around at the kart track next door, because we're pitting up at the shop upstairs this weekend. So we were right next to the go-kart track, and I heard the go-karts buzzing around. I was thinking, I have a motor break-in to do for next week. If I could do that motor break-in like today, that would be really convenient. I could also get in a couple hot laps and see if I could pick up anything that will help with my driving with the F4. So I did the motor break-in, I did a couple of hot laps, had a small audience, so that was pretty neat. Yeah, just jumped straight back into the F4 and went 3 seconds faster. It was awesome.
It was indeed very awesome. Do you think it kind of helped you clear your head a little bit, just getting out there karting again?
Yeah, I think it was a good little wake-up session, like get myself shaken down for the qualifier. I'm not exactly sure entirely what went through my head like when I was out there on the track, but it worked.
Time keeps on slipping into the future. Time keeps on slipping into the future. I wanna fly like an eagle to the sea.
Hey there, Treadlife. We're out here in Northern California at Sonoma Raceway here that you can see behind me. It is rounds 7 and 8 of Formula 4 this weekend. And to recap, rounds 5 and 6, World Speed and Team traveled to Portland International Raceway back in May. Holding consistent, Kyle took 3rd in round 5 before a disabling spin in round 6. In our live stream, fans had a chance to ask Kyle questions about the leap from karts to cars and where he plans to go from here. Sonoma, previously known as Sears Point and then Infineon, in its full circuit is 2.52 miles through 12 turns. It's the home track advantage this weekend for Kyle and World Speed as we get closer to the Sonoma Grand Prix. We're headed up there now to find out how this weekend is shaping up.
Don't just stand there, bust the move. Somebody in the house say yeah. If y'all really like to rock the funky beats, somebody in the house say hell yeah. I like that for the people up top. Check this out. Don't just stand there, bust the move. Let's take it back to the old school. Let's take it.
So yesterday was our Q1 session. I ran like a minute 40.7, and that was the fastest time in my class. So I was really happy to see the progress there. We made up 3 seconds in one session, so that's awesome. This morning was Q2, our second qualifier session. I made up another second, so I did a 39.8. But unfortunately, my rival pipped me by 1/10 of a second on the final lap. It's going to be a close race for sure, so looking forward to it. We have our first race of the weekend coming up, Formula Pro USA Round 7. It's going to be a tricky race because the Sonoma is a really technical track. It's really hard to drive consistently at that sort of place. There's so many technical corners, just such a small margin for error too. But our lap times are close. It's just a matter of who can drive more consistently. Hopefully I can get the jump on Ryan on the race start and yeah, just move up from there.
Tell us how you feel about Sonoma.
Yeah, I started outdoor karting here pretty much 3-4 years ago. My first season was in 2015 in the senior road tax, when road tax was still a series here. Yeah, I just went up from there, moved up a level every year. 2015 was my first year of club level karting. The next year, 2016, my first taste of national level karting with Challenge of the Americas and the Grand Nationals up at Sonoma Raceway. Really started to pick up the pace there. Then 2017 was my first time racing in the Shifter Kart series. First time racing Escusa as well. Yeah, now we have this year, 2018, racing in Formula 4 and also doing Shifter Kart racing on top of that. It was a fun year.
Here's one. At Danny6272, he asks, what are some of the challenges as far as driving style when going from karts to the car you're driving currently?
Karts to cars, the weight. The race cars are a lot heavier. It's still the same physics where you have to play with the weight transfer, but the cars are significantly heavier than the go-karts. The go-karts, like my go-kart is 300 race car. I'm pretty sure it's significantly heavier than 300 pounds. So like the weight's definitely a factor. And the muscles that I use. So in the go-kart, you're using your whole body to turn the cart. That's why we wear rib vests, we wear abrasive resistant suits. In the race car, it's all biceps and triceps and a lot of stamina. It takes a lot out of you just using those two muscles. I've been doing simulator training with Jason and SSI Racing School. So we're just working on a lot of pretty basic techniques, but carrying these techniques to this weekend just to minimize the amount of time it takes for me to get up to speed. It's been working out so far. Having a good time, and yeah, we're having fun. Hi, Amethyst.
And a lot of waves.
Wave back.
Wave back, there it is.
Yeah, it is pretty warm out there. Leading up to this weekend, it was predicted to reach 99 degrees today. It is a challenge. Last week at Thunderhill, it was in the high 90s when I was testing there, and it was a good way to get myself used to driving in hot weather. Obviously, like with the helmet on and the visor down and all the gear on, there's no wind to cool me off really. But I finally get out of the car and just take the gear off. It's really refreshing.
How long have you been in the F4?
This is my very first season in F4. I've been racing the F4 since January with Formula Pro USA's Winter Series. Like thankfully, I was able to take the title for the Winter Series this year. That's where we finally got things kicking. We started developing my skill with the cars, and yeah, well, I'm really happy with the progress we're making.
His question is, what do you want to end up doing, open wheel or endurance?
That is a very tough question. I think Definitely, for sure, if there's an opportunity for endurance racing, I'll definitely take it because it's a lot of fun. Fernando Alonso is really inspiring me to like go towards that direction. And the open wheel racing is good for just building a foundation of driving technique. And it's just a lot of fun just to be in a single seater, inches off the ground. So if an opportunity pops up, I'll take it.
What are the tracks that you aspire to drive on the most worldwide?
Honestly, it was this track right here, because this is where I started my karting career. We were always looking down the hill at the racetrack up there, and we were just wondering, okay, what can I get my turn on there? It's finally here, so this is already a dream come true. Hello. You can ask what I have for breakfast today.
Yeah. Okay, so we got 3 questions. One at Jacob Wolf 99. Where was your first win, and what did you drive?
My very first win was in a go-kart, and it was right here in Sonoma Raceway for the Sanzaro Games Karting Championship last year. I was driving a CR125 stock Honda shifter.
Have you tried drifting, or would you consider doing a season of Formula Drift if the opportunity came up?
You know, drifting is a really unique motorsport. It's a special sort of talent to be able to slide the car sideways and have no fear of spitting the car out and having just such amazing car control. That's what World Speed and I worked on last week at Thunder Hill. I wanted to slide the F4 around the corner, get myself comfortable with the race car sliding around the track. Drifting is just such a different level of skill. But if I could learn how to do it quickly, I'd definitely try it out.
As we are closing out this episode, we wonder if we should make sure that there's always a go-kart on hand for downtime between races. We're convinced there's some kind of magic in those karts. Because this is where it all begins. From the humble indoor electric karting track to the ultra-competitive sprint kart league, here is where you hone the skills to whip a formula car. To see another super karting world, check out our video on the Corkscrew National, where full road circuits host karts up to 150 miles an hour. We talk leagues, the range of karts, and their budgets. So what are you waiting for?